So, hello, we are live with my sister. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Josie. I'm a senior in high school. Um, I go to school in Indiana.
And going to ASU next year, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
All
Go
right,
Devils.
that's right. All right, so the reason I picked Josie to interview is because she lives in a kind of interesting household circumstance. Everybody in the house has specific dietary needs besides Josie. I being vegan, my brother's vegetarian, and to throw another wrench in there, our mom is lactose intolerant and gluten free. So there's quite a bit of different foods that we all choose to eat. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we do all come together, have a nice meal when there is good family time. But I chose to interview Josie because although she might be the most normal eating in the public eye, she's definitely one of the a weirder eater in our house who is not as picky as everybody else. So I guess I'd just like to start and say, what do you eat? What do you choose to eat? And how does it kind of impact you that there are so many different um, restrictions or choices made in our house?
It doesn't impact me that much, but it is kind of frustrating when we do want to go out to dinner or something, and we have to. We can't just like go to any restaurant. I have to think about, oh, like, is there something that my mom can find here? Is there something that Nate can find here? Is there something that Delaney can find here when she's with us? And it really limits our options. But also, I've been exposed to like different kinds of foods and stuff that I wouldn't have ever tried if it wasn't for them, like aquafaba. I'd never even heard of that.
For sure. The chickpea water you can use in baking.
Yeah, um, and so like but I do respect their all their decisions, and I understand their reasonings, like for becoming vegan or vegetarian, so it doesn't affect me a whole lot. Just really in the choices that I do have. And like when my mom makes dinner, she has to think about, oh, like, what can they eat. Um, so yeah.
All right, so I think you're a little bit aware of why, like Nate and I have made the choices that we have to stay away from meat and stay away from some of the animal products, and because we have taken this view upon ourselves, I want to ask you: has it made you kind of think a little bit differently in terms of like what you're eating and how it affects even creatures beyond your own self?
Yeah, it's definitely made me more aware of, animal cruelty and animal rights and everything. Um, and I read Fast Food Nation a couple years ago, and that also like helped me learn about some of that stuff. And after I read that book, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to eat fast food like ever again. But I still do, like, not very often. But I still do, and like I still eat meat, and I don't think there will ever be a day when like I label myself as a vegetarian or anything. That's just like I am aware of it, and I do want to learn more about everything. But I'm still going to eat, chicken. That's the only meat I really eat. Like on a basis right now, but yeah, I don't think I would never change like my eating habits. Like they are right now they are pretty healthy, and I try to stay away from fast food and like really processed foods, but I still do eat some.
And where do you think that those like opinions of yours have formed? Like early on in childhood,
Yeah, I
recently?
think it really came because my mom is a dietitian, and we never went out to eat when we were younger. Because I know like a lot of my friends, they would go. Like I know a family who literally went out to eat every single night, and for me, it was like a luxury to go out to eat. We just never did. My mom was always making dinner, and she is a dietitian, so like she always said, "Oh, you have to get your vegetables, and your protein, and you have to drink a glass of milk with your dinner." So I think it really just formed for me when I was younger because that's just how it was when I was a kid. That's just what we eat. Like that's just what we
Um,
eat. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And so going forward, do you think that there could be any time when your eating habits might potentially change, that they would change, you perceive them changing?
No, I don't think so. I do just want to start eating healthier in general. Eating more vegetables and everything. But like I said, I don't think there's ever going to be a day where I'm like, oh, I'm going to be a vegetarian. Like, no meat for me. I just I am aware of the reasons why somebody would choose that, but
And is there any specific reason that you choose not to kind of like listen to those reasons? Not that you're not listening, but not like take them upon yourself or look a little bit more into them in terms of just like the animal side of it?
I feel like for me, I feel like it really is. It takes a lot of time and effort to really restrict yourself because, like you said, when you go out to eat, you have to like plan. Like, look, is there like something that I can get? And I don't want to just. It sounds kind of bad, but I don't want to restrict myself.
I think the social sector of it plays a big
Yeah.
part into it for sure. There's definitely more and more restaurants, especially when you get to like around college towns. Like Tempe for sure has more and more restaurants that are more accommodating because it has to fit the general big population.
Yeah.
But definitely when you live like under your household, you eat what your parents eat, so on and so forth. So I think it's not a bad thing. You're in the same boat as a lot of other people who make the choices that they do. But earlier you spoke on the topic of like animal rights, animal welfare, animal cruelty. Um, do you know a lot extensively as to like what happens like in the factories and the farms, or would you care to know, care to learn?
No, I don't. I think I know. I'm more aware than most people are, but I still don't know very much. When I read Fast Food Nation, that's where I got like a lot of like I really realized like how bad some of it was. Um, yeah, and I do want to learn more about it just because there are people around me like Nate and you who did make the decision and like have learned a lot about it, so I want to as well. Yeah, and I think animal rights. It's just really it's about the fair treatment of animals. Yeah, and treating them humanely. That's a big thing.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for talking with me. Are there any like last comments you'd like to make? Any questions you might have? Um, Anything further you'd like to explore?
Um, yeah, I don't know. I should probably just research it a little bit more so I'm more informed.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for talking with me. Say
You're welcome.
bye.
Bye.